I wish I had some LeBron and fans and Nikola Jokic fans up in here so I can cook their ass. Cause I definitely about to have some smoke for Nikola Jokic now. Nikola Jokic, this dude, and it's crazy because I'm probably starting to sound like I'm a Nikola Jokic hater, and I'm really not. Like I keep saying, I'm actually, I would say I slightly like him. But yeah, like you're saying, Miles, he is a stat pattern. He does stat pat to a degree. Is he on anywhere near the level that LeBron be stat patting? No, but he stat pats too. He plays that same style of play that accumulate a lot of stats and it makes you look better than what you are. LeBron is the blueprint of that shit. His stats make him look better than what he is. And the media knows this shit. A lot of players around the league, I believe, knows this shit. But the problem is LeBron has such a cult. Like his cult will defend him to the highest. And there's so many people that's invested in him that people just won't say anything. Like they won't say the truth of what they really think of him. But Jokic, like I said, he gets a lot of rebounds. He scores a good amount of points. He gets a lot of assists. So it makes it look like he's the greatest center you've ever seen. But in actuality, if he played in 20 years ago, Nikola Jokic would be a honestly, he may not even be a starting center in the league. Now, a lot of ugly ass niggas would think I'm tripping for saying this, but no, he just might not be a starter. He may would be a starter, but he definitely wouldn't be a dominant center. Playing against real centers that plays defense, big bodies, that's gonna also make his ass play defense, put him in foul trouble. He would get his ass cut. But what I wanted to really more so touch on when it comes to Jokic is his fan base and his media, like the Denver Nuggets media and stuff like that, when they're talking about him, they're pushing this narrative that he's so great and that his teammates aren't that good. And he has to distribute for them in order for the team to produce because can't none of them create their shot. And I'm just really happy that all of that is getting exposed now to be nothing but a lie. Cause that like if you really pay attention to Nikola Jokic's career thus far, he has impressive numbers, but he declines in the playoffs. Not only that, they've been trying to tell us that Michael Porter Jr. wasn't that good. He was just a spot up shooter. But now Michael Porter Jr., since he's been traded to damn, I forgot. Somebody tell me right now. I can't think of it. What team he's playing for right now. But since he's been traded, you've been able to see his game elevate. And ugly ass niggas probably would think that he been working over the summer. That's why he doing no. He been could do that, people. This is the NBA, and that's another thing. I think folks, some people they let watching the NBA fool them. These are fucking professional players, people. They all can create their own shot. They all can shoot to a degree. It's just you have other people on the court that are specialists at this. And the way the NBA is designed and how the coaches run their systems is they prefer their best players to have it. Yeah, the Nets, that's what it is. Yeah, and he's an all-star, right. Exactly. And then see that's the thing. They love calling and then this is the thing. I'm gonna show y'all something else. Y'all notice that all those players, so let me give y'all a few players that's under the same umbrella as Nikola Jokic. Obviously, I told y'all LeBron, he's the blueprint of this. He's the first one to really start all this bullshit. And then you got Nikola Jokic, you got Russell Westbrook. Even though I like Russell Westbrook, but he still falls under the same thing. You got Luka Doncic, and you got James Harden. Who else plays like that? Has that style of play where they get most of the points, rebounds, and assists. Talking about they are the system and shit like that. These dudes accumulate so many stats. They stuff the stat sheet, right? It makes you think, oh my goodness, they so great, they so cold. This is the greatest thing we've ever saw. And then you see them get their ass locked up in the playoffs, and you wondering what happened, and you look to blame their teammates. Well, now Trae Young doesn't fall in that category because Trae Young doesn't get rebound. He's too small. What I'm talking about right now is typically bigger players. Like Russell Westbrook obviously isn't a big guy, but Westbrook, is kind of like an outlier. He's different. He's a special type of point guard that happens to be able to rebound really well. Josh Giddey, to a degree, is like that too. That's kind of a good one, DeMarcus. Yeah, he kind of does that same thing. But my point is, you pay attention. None of them wins. Not saying that they've never won, but they're not going to win consistently. LeBron only has as many titles he won because he always had loaded teams. Like he has such overwhelming talent that he won. And it's crazy because he still lost as much as he did. See, Nikola Jokic, he does have talent. See, that's the thing. They be trying to overrate him like his teammates aren't no good, just like they did for. If you pay attention, all these other players except one have that in common. They down their teammates. LeBron is the king of it. Like I said, he's the blueprint. James Harden, when he was at his highest, they kind of did it with his teammates. They damn sure doing it for Nikola Jokic right now. They doing it. They did it for Luka when he was in Dallas. So what I'm saying is they always tend to make it seem like their teammates aren't that good. The only ones they didn't do that for is Russell Westbrook because they didn't like Russell Westbrook. It's all about who they like. But really what the problem is that style of play isn't a recipe of winning. Like Nikola Jokic, you're a center, nigga. There's no reason you should be getting the most assists. It's a losing recipe. You should be dominating the boards and dominating scoring. That's what you should be doing to put y'all in the best position to win. So instead of this, what is Nikola Jokic averaging right now? I just seen it not that long ago. So he is averaging 29.6, which is still pretty goddamn good, you must say. But still, instead of getting that 29.6, and let me see how many assists is he averaging? He's averaging 11 assists this year, which is remarkable. But like, instead of getting the 11 assists, knock them assists down to 7, bro. I know that's a huge jump, but it would help them. Stop trying to get all them damn assists. Stop trying to get a fucking triple double. And knock that shit down to 7. And then focus more on trying to score and rebound. Like you're averaging 12 rebounds right now, which is good. But you probably can get those rebounds up to maybe 13, 14 if you wasn't so focused on trying to get assists as well. So improve your scoring from 29 points per game, almost 30, to maybe 33 points per game and drop your assists and maybe try to get more rebounds, I guarantee you that you would see a totally different Denver Nuggets team. Because this is the thing. They told us that Nikola Jokic don't have any help and they need him in order to create offense. But that's been proven to be an absolute lie. Because why would Michael Porter Jr. be playing this well? And also, since he's been injured these past 3 games, maybe more than that, I'm not sure. You've been constantly seeing breakout games from his teammates. Like they're saying, Nikola Jokic has to distribute the ball, but yet you got Jamal Murray who has 17 assists tonight. 17 fucking assists. So that tells me the point guard that's on your team can be a point guard if you fucking let him. So stop running this Nikola Jokic ball and play basketball. Now I'm not gonna lie and say it's not impressive and that it's not sometimes fun to watch, but I'm just saying if you're trying to win, you're gonna have to make sacrifices. Like I think I want to say it was 87 was 87, maybe the 87 year or it was the 88, 89 season, whichever one it was for Michael Jordan, where he had his best statistical season. Like he was averaging it about 33, almost 34, with like 9 assists, 8 rebounds, shooting very high and efficient from the field. And he looked really good on paper, but they weren't winning. It wasn't until Phil Jackson took the ball out of his hand and said, "We don't need you to do all that assisting. Let Scottie Pippen handle that. We don't need you to do the rebound and let Cartwright." And when Dennis Rodman came, or Horace Grant, and when Dennis Rodman came, let Dennis and Luke Loney handle the rebound. You focus more on getting buckets, playing good defense, being a good leader. When he did that, they started winning and they never stopped winning. Even Steph Curry was an example of this to a degree. I mean, Steph Curry never dominated from the rebound department, but Steph Curry naturally is a more of a 2 guard because of his ability to score as well as he can, because of of course, his elite jump shooting, right? But folks that love to say Steph Curry can't create offense, that's a lie. Because before Steve Kerr was the coach, Steph Curry used to average 21 points and 9 assists. Most forgot about that back in like 2012, 2013. But Steve Kerr said focus more on shooting the ball. You need to shoot more. And that made them start winning. So basically, people who purposely play their position and another position to accumulate. Yes, bro. You pay attention. Them types does not win. I can show you multiple examples of it. They're gonna look really good on paper. See, people who aren't delusional and not biased can look at these numbers and see what I'm saying and figure out that this is the truth. But more so, the crazier the fan base, the more that they're going to, tend to lie because they don't want to accept that their best player is their favorite player is probably not as good as they think he is. AKA LeBron James fans. Nikola Jokic fans are somewhat like this. Obviously, they're not on the level of the Bron sexuals, but they got a somewhat level of delusion as well. But like I said, it doesn't win. It just makes you look better than what you are. You said Mike Malone wouldn't have allowed to him to do this? I don't know. Bro, see, that's crazy. That's a good question, DeMarcus. Like, I don't know. It's like they them blacklisted Mark Jackson some kind of way because he should have been coaching. I don't know how he got on a bad list. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they said he made a homophobic slur or something like that. And ever since then, they just wouldn't give him another coaching opportunity or some shit like that. But yeah, he definitely don't deserve what he's going through because look how many times Doc Riverson got a head coaching job, and this nigga keep on underachieving. Yeah, yeah. See, Nikola Jokic was still getting assists during that time, during that championship run, but he wasn't dominating the assist the way he's doing. It was his obsession with trying to win MVP that he started doing it more, especially after SGA won it this year. Now he's doing going out his way to try to he going out his way to try to get them assists and stuff now so that he can be MVP this year. You say you can see the Dallas Mavericks winning the finals in the next 5 years. What makes you say that? You know, it's crazy. When AD first went there, I thought they had a really good, legitimate chance of winning the title this year if they could have stayed healthy. But looks like that's been out the question now. But yeah, so for the Nikola Jokic fans, y'all cook, bro. Like for real, y'all legit cook. Like he's been exposed now. He's a great player, but he's not who y'all say he is. He's taking advantage of the bullshit, soft ass rules, not having no centers that's nowhere near his level, as far as like being able to defend or also be able to dish it back offensively to make him have to play defense. He's taking advantage of that. And he's also taking advantage of the soft play so he can dominate the stats the way he's doing. But like I remember folks was comparing him and Shaq and stuff, talking about is he better than Shaq? Can he beat Shaq 1-on-1? All this dumbass shit these folks be saying. Like nigga, Shaq will absolutely destroy Nikola Jokic. Like what the fuck are we talking about? Do y'all remember this nigga? I mean, I get it how the prisoner of the moment works, but this shit is crazy. Like Shaq would literally dunk on this nigga head every time. And I'm not exaggerating. He would put his ass in the basket every fucking time. Did you see what Shaq was doing to these white boys during that era when they were actually able to hand check, when they were actually able to put both hands on your back to try to stop you from bagging them down, and he was still doing that to them? And then you're gonna now put them in the era where they can't touch you. You can't put two hands on their back. You know what I'm saying? You can't use your forearm. That nigga's gonna destroy Nikola Jokic. They would have to switch the rules back. If Shaq was playing right now, they would switch the rules back because he would dominate so fucking much that they would be like, this shit ain't fair. It's crazy how Coop is all-star eligible. Yeah, and it's crazy because Cooper Flag started out pretty slow. People were starting to, how people love to try to judge shit too damn fast, but people were questioning, saying, "Is he a bust or not?" And I think at this time it hadn't even been 10 games, and I was like, "Damn, y'all ain't gonna get him. I ain't no time, shit." And now he balling his ass off. So hey, the Mavericks versus Spurs coming out of the West in 2 years. I don't know. I would have to see how the Mavericks build up their team. I can for sure see the Spurs coming. Who is a better scorer, Damian Lillard or Kyrie Irving in their prime? That's easily Kyrie Irving. Speaking of Damian Lillard, and I ain't got nothing against Damian Lillard, but Damian Lillard to me is one right now. Well, I ain't gonna say he's one of the most overrated players, but I'll say this: he absolutely did not deserve to be on that top 75 greatest players of all time list. Like that shit is crazy.